Welcome to the computer age. 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 Welcome to the 21st century.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Carroll, and I thought with the holidays coming up we could read some holiday stories, some of my favorites, and then towards the end we could do some holiday crafts. So the first story we have is Sneezy the Snowman by Maureen Wright. Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brr, it's cold out here, that's for sure. I need a drink to warm me up. So he drank hot cocoa from a cup. He said with a smile, I like this a lot. And then right there, believe it or not, he melted from drinking something too hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the puddle said, make me brand new. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed, a giant Achoo! I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too, a little girl said. Then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my hat to put on your head. You look awesome, the children said. The snowman blinked his coal black eyes. The stocking cap was a nice surprise. But Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brr, it's cold out here, that's for sure. I am freezing every minute. I'll find a hot tub and sit right in it. And he found one and smiled. I like this a lot. And then, right there, believe it or not, he melted from sitting in water too hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the hot tub said, make me brand new. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed. You guys can help me out with this. A giant achoo! I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little boy said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my scarf that's red and blue. I think it would look great on you. The snowman blinked his coal black eyes. The colorful scarf was a nice surprise. It went very well with the long pink hat. The children all said, how about that? But Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brr, it's cold out here, that's for sure. I need to feel some warmth on me. Hey, look, there's a campfire by that tree. He said with a smile, I like this a lot. And then right there, believe it or not, he melted from standing beside something so hot. The children cried out, but what should we do? A voice from the puddle said, make me brand new. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed, a giant achoo! I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little girl said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my coat, the perfect fit. I know that you'll look great in it. The snowman blinked his coal black eyes. The bright orange coat was a nice surprise. It went very well with the scarf and the hat. The children all said, "How about that?" But Sneezy said, "Phew, I'm way too hot. I'll take off all the new clothes that I've got." The children yelled, "No, that's not the way. Listen to what we have to say. Buy something cold at the ice cream store. Have 2 scoops or 3 or 4. Sneezy ate ice cream 7 scoops high. "This is great," the snowman cried. "I'm not too cold and I'm not too hot. And I'm wearing clothes that I like a lot." Then after eating every bite, he said, "At last, I feel just right." That was Sneezy the Snowman, one of my favorites. The next book we're going to read is one of my favorite holiday movies. It's called Home Alone. I can't believe they made a children's book about it, but they did. So here we go. Home Alone. 'Twas 3 nights before Christmas, and the McAllister family was getting ready to leave for vacation. Everyone was busy packing. Everyone except Kevin, who was busy getting into trouble. "Go straight to bed," his mother demanded. "That's enough trouble for one day." Lying in bed, Kevin could hear voices and laughter coming from downstairs. Everyone was having fun without him. "I hope I never see my family again," Kevin whispered. "I wish I was home alone." The next morning, the house was very, very quiet. No one was shouting. No one was running around. No one was telling Kevin to hurry up and eat his breakfast. No one was home. Finally, Kevin realized what had happened. "I made my family disappear." For the first time ever, Kevin had the house all to himself. He raced up and down the halls. He jumped on all the beds. He ate a giant ice cream sundae for breakfast. And after watching hours of television, he searched through his brother's private stuff and rode a toboggan down a giant mountain. He even tried his father's aftershave lotion. This was not a good idea. "It stings. Ah!" But sometimes it was scary to be all alone. Kevin was especially afraid of his next-door neighbor, Old Man Marley. Was the scariest person who lived on their block. And that night, Kevin heard whispers outside the living room window. Burglars were snooping around his house. "You see," Marv said, "most of the houses on the street are empty. Everyone is away for the holidays." "Perfect," Harry said. "We'll come back tomorrow night and steal everything." Kevin was so scared, he dialed 911, but the telephone didn't work. The wires had been damaged in a snowstorm. After hiding under his parents' bed for a long time, Kevin decided that he was being silly. "Only a wimp would be hiding, and I can't be a wimp. I'm the grown-up of this house, and I need to act like one." The next day was Christmas Eve, and Kevin had plenty of grown-up work to do. He walked to the grocery store and bought food. He put his clothes in the washing machine. He decorated a Christmas tree and hung Christmas stockings for his parents and brothers and sisters. "I miss you guys," he whispered. "I wish you would come back." Aw, poor Kevin. Kevin's family always went to church on Christmas Eve, so that's what Kevin did too. After the service ended, he saw his scary next-door neighbor, Old Man Marley, sitting nearby. "You know, you don't have to be afraid," Mr. Marley said. "The kids in the neighborhood have lots of spooky stories about me, but they're not true." After they talked for a while, Kevin realized that Mr. Marley was in fact a very nice man. "Are you visiting anyone for Christmas?" Kevin asked. "No," Mr. Marley said. "I miss my family and I'd like to see them, but my son and I are fighting. I said some angry words that I didn't mean." Kevin knew exactly how Mr. Marley felt. Kevin remembered wishing his family would disappear, but he hadn't really meant it. "You should try talking to your son," Kevin said. "Maybe I will," Mr. Marley said. When Kevin left the church, it was already dark. The burglars would be coming soon. He ran all the way home. This is my favorite page of the book. Kevin made a plan that was full of booby traps. He scattered toy cars. He smeared tar on the basement steps. He made a big pile of feathers and hid sharp ornaments under the windowsills. He sprayed water on the front steps and tied paint cans to ropes. He stretched a trip wire through the hallway and built an escape route to his treehouse. At 9 o'clock, Marv and Harry returned to the McAllisters' house, ready to steal everything inside. They didn't know that Kevin had sprayed water all over the steps, or that the water had frozen into slick, slippery ice. The burglars stumbled into all of Kevin's traps. Yow! What? Ew! Marv and Harry slipped on the toy cars and were knocked over by paint cans. Kevin escaped through his bedroom window and ran next door to his neighbor's house. Unfortunately, Marv and Harry were close behind. "Now we've got you, kid," Harry said. Mr. Marley arrived just in time. Whack! He bonked the burglars with his snow shovel and called the police. Then he brought Kevin home. That night, Kevin left a note for Santa Claus, along with some milk and cookies. He couldn't wait for Christmas morning. "Dear Santa, I don't need any presents. Just bring back my family. Love, Kevin McAllister." When he woke up the next day, Kevin rushed into the living room. "Mom? Dad? Is anybody here?" No one answered him. Then he heard a familiar voice. "Kevin, is that you?" His mother was home. "I missed you so much," he said, giving her a giant hug. "I missed you too," she said. "Where are all the others?" Kevin asked. And then the front door flew open, and there they were, his father, his brothers, and his sister. Everybody was home at last. "Are you okay?" his father asked. "I'm just happy you're all back," Kevin said. "Merry Christmas." One of my favorite movies. It's very funny. That was Home Alone. The last book we're going to read is called The Elf on the Shelf, A Christmas Tradition. Have you ever wondered how Santa could know if you're naughty or nice each year as you grow? For hundreds of years, it's been a big secret. It now can be shared if you promise to keep it. At holiday time, Santa sends me to you. I watch and report on all that you do. My job's an assignment from Santa himself. I am his helper, a friendly scout elf. The first time I come to the place you call home, you quickly must give me a name of my own. Once you are finished, my mission can start. What will you call me, Markle or Zart? Will it be Foddle, Criddle, or Clyde? Fizby's cute too, but you must decide. Each night while you're sleeping, to Santa I'll fly to the North Pole right through the dark sky. Of course, Christmas magic helps me to be quick. I laugh with my friends and report to Saint Nick. I tell him if you have been good or been bad. The news of the day makes him happy or sad. A push or a shove, I'll report to the boss. But small acts of kindness will not be a loss. In the car, at the park, or even at school, the word will get out if you broke a rule. I'll be back at your home before you awake, and then you must find the new spot I will take. You'll jump out of bed and come running to see who will be the first to spy little old me. Maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, or den is where you will find me, your special elf friend. I can hide on a plant, a shelf, or a frame. Where will I be? Let's make it a game. There's only one rule that you have to follow, so I will come back and be here tomorrow. Please do not touch me. My magic might go, and Santa won't hear all I've seen or I know. Oh. I won't get to tell him that you've said your prayers or helped to bake cookies or cleaned off the stairs. How will he know how good you have been? He might start to think you forgot about him. Oh no. I can't speak to you, so Santa Claus says. All of us elves have to follow his laws. I'll listen to you. Tell me your wishes. Would you like a game or some tiny toy dishes? The gleam in my eye and my bright little smile shows you I'm listening and noting your file. The final decision with Santa now rests. What do you think? Will you get your requests? The night before Christmas, my job's at an end. The rest of the year with Santa I'll spend. So blow me a kiss and bid me farewell. I'll fly away when I hear Santa's bell. Of course I will miss you, but wait till next year. When the holidays come, I'll again reappear. Until then, I wish every girl and each boy a Christmas of peace and a year full of joy. That's always a fun book, The Elf on the Shelf. Okay, so now I figured with the books that we read for the holidays, we could make some holiday crafts. So the crafts I was thinking of is a snowman and a Christmas tree. So for the crafts, for both crafts, you're going to need colored construction paper, glue, scissors. You can use sequins, googly eyes, foam stickers. You could use pencils, crayons, markers. If you don't have some of the supplies at home, I'm sure we can make it up as we go along. So the first craft we're going to make is a snowman. So I'm going to use a light blue piece of construction paper. And I'm going to get a white piece of paper to start making my snowman. So I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to try and cut out one giant round circle for the head of the snowman. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're just enjoying yourself and having fun, then that's all that matters. And if you make a mess, make sure you clean it up when you're done, because your parents aren't going to be happy if you leave it all over the house. All right, so I made a round circle, and we're going to keep that there. Then we're going to, let's see, I think we can start our hat for our snowman. So I'm going to find a black piece of paper. I have so many pieces right here. Let's see. Here we go. So if you don't know how to make your shapes, you could always use a pencil to draw on what you want to make, and then you can just cut it out. So your basic shapes could be circles, triangles, squares, rectangles. So I'm going to cut my piece of black paper at the bottom. So I have one strip of black paper, just like this. So we could make a snowman hat. Then I'm going to make the top of the snowman's hat. It could be, the snowman's hat could be a square, a rectangle, a little bit of a triangle if you want. It's totally up to you. So see, it comes out here kind of almost like it's a triangle and then comes back down. You have to make sure it fits all on the paper. So I have to make my snowman head a little bit smaller so everything can fit. And like I said, if you don't have some of the materials at home, like sequins or googly eyes, we could make them. You could draw them on with markers or crayons, whatever you guys want. Okay, so there's my little head, then the bottom of the hat, and then let's see, top of the hat. Okay. Then I want to make a little bit of a stripe on my snowman's hat. So you can draw a line, or you could just measure it by putting the paper behind the color that you want to use. You could use any color you want. I'm going to use red. So I'm going to cut one strip of paper like that. And then I'm going to measure it to my hat. So like that. And then you can use your scissors and just cut the sides of it so it fits. Then I'm going to put all that to the side. Then you're going to need a piece of orange paper because we're going to make a carrot nose. So you could do, like I said, you could do any shape if you want, but for a snowman, it's normally a shape of a triangle. So let's do a triangle. Try not to make it too big because we have other things to put on the snowman's face. If you don't know how to make it, draw it on with marker first, and then you can cut it out. There we go. And then we're going to make little pink circles for little kind of like rosy cheeks. We're going to need 2 of them, so you could fold your paper. And then if you make a circle and your paper is folded, it will make 2 circles. I like to save paper, so I just fold the paper or cut it so I have more paper when I need it for more art projects. So there we go. I folded my pink paper, and then I just cut the shape of a circle, and it made 2. So that's going to be the cheeks. So here we go. Let's start to glue. So you could use Elmer's glue, a glue stick, whatever you have. So I'm going to glue on my round head to my paper. Make sure you use lots of glue. Try not to get it on your hands. You're going to put it at the bottom of the paper so you have room for your hat too. So towards the bottom. There you go. Let's make sure Miss Carroll put lots of glue. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to put the strip of black paper on first for Frosty's hat. And then you're going to want to put the base part of his hat on next. I'm going to cut mine a little bit because it's too big, and I want to make sure I fit it on the paper fully. There we go, much better. More glue on. And then once you put the whole hat on, there you go, you can put your whatever color you used for the bottom of Frosty's hat. So I have to fix this. I'm going to just take this off for a second. If you have to move pieces around, that's always okay too, just to make sure it all fits and it's where you want it to go. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put Frosty's nose on, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of his face. There we go. And I'm going to put it kind of slanted, just like that. Now you could draw on eyes if you want, or Miss Carroll loves googly eyes, so I'm going to put on 2 big googly eyes. Googly eyes work best with Elmer's glue. If you don't have that, you could try to use a glue stick, but you should probably use Elmer's glue. Put some on. Go. Two googly eyes. Press them down so they stick. Here we go. Looks so cute. Then you can put his little rosy cheeks on, the two pink circles. And I think it's always fun to add more detail to your pictures. So if you want, towards the end, you could use a white crayon and draw little snowflakes. You could put, you know, like little swirls or circles for snow. And then for the mouth, I'm going to use a black marker, and I'm going to just draw it on. I'm going to do 5 to 6 little circle dots. There we go. There you go. And if you want, you can even make a little decoration on Frosty's hat. It's totally up to you. Be creative, use your imagination. So I'm gonna try to make a little bit of a leaf. Go. And I want to make 3 little balls. I think this is called holly on Frosty's hat. And like I said, if you don't know how to use this to do the shapes, you could just draw it on and then cut it out. So there we go. Now I'm going to make a little decoration on Frosty's hat. And put my little leaf. Go. Fingers are all stuck with glue. So I made a little leaf and a little bit of holly on his hat. And then I'm going to use a crayon, a white crayon, because it will pop on your white piece of paper, on your blue piece of paper. And I'm going to do little swirls all over, wherever you want. You could do little snowflakes or little pieces of snow. And make it look really pretty and cute. You could draw stripes on your hat. You could even use a white crayon on your black hat. That will pop more too. You could put little stars, whatever you guys want. Make it look pretty. You can hang it up in your house. I'm sure your parents will love it. And there you go. There's Frosty the Snowman. All right. The next craft we're going to make is we're going to make a Christmas tree. So you're going to need another light piece of blue paper. Carroll's making a mess over here. Okay. And then I'm going to use the same piece of green paper that I just used on the other craft, and I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to fold it in half, because if you fold it, it will make doubles of whatever you want. And we're going to make 3 triangles. Try to make 1 small, 1 medium size, and 1 large. So I'm going to make 1 triangle. If you don't know how to do it, we'll do it with a pencil first. There you go. And then we're going to cut them out.
Ms. Carroll,
Yes?
your green paper is blending into the background because you've been
Oh boy. Okay, so like I said, use a green piece of paper for the tree, and then you're gonna cut out 3 green triangles.
maybe not.
Okay, just to show them what it would look like.
Mhm.
Alright, let's see. Okay, my green paper is apparently blending in, so we'll use another color. So let's see. Can you see this color?
Mhm.
Okay, so this is a cream piece of paper, but if you want to do the tree, you need a green piece of paper. So you're gonna cut 3 triangles. So I'm gonna fold it, and I'm going to cut a triangle. Try to have one small, medium, and large. So cut 2 triangles, and I need 1 more. Now, I know it's pretty confusing because I'm using a different color, but once you cut your triangles, I'm going to use the cream paper to show you. You're going to cut the bottom just a little bit so that you can just go all the way straight across. Cut little lines. And then when we put it on our paper, when we glue it down, it will kind of pop up a little bit. So why don't you go ahead and do that while I do my green triangles. Let's see. Okay, so you need 3 triangle pieces of paper to make your tree. And then you need to just cut the bottom to make little slits. Okay. All right. So I did my 3 triangles and my slits in the bottom, so we can fold them over a little bit so they pop. Okay. Now you need a tree trunk. So we're going to use a little bit of brown paper. And the tree trunk you could draw it on, or you could just cut the brown piece of construction paper to make a rectangle. There we go. And then we're going to make some snow at the bottom. So you could draw it on with a white crayon if you like, or you could just, before you glue on your tree, you could just put it at the bottom. And where's my pencil? We can make little hills. And here we go. And then cut it out. So your tree is sitting on some snow. There we go. So I'm going to glue that to the bottom of my paper. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to glue the snow on. If you already glued your tree, that's totally fine. I'm just going to add some snow to my paper. There we go. Fix it up. And now I'm gonna glue my tree trunk first. So here we go. You could always go back in at the end if you want, and you could make more trees. That's totally fine too. You could draw some trees on. That's a good idea. So make sure when you're gluing on the parts of your tree, you just fold back your paper a little bit. There we go. You see how it kind of stands up at the bottom. Okay. And then we're gonna add some decorations. And like I said, if you don't have them, we could do it with crayon or with marker. It's fine too. So once you put your tree together and you fold your paper back just a little bit, it could be like a 3D tree. There you go. And now I have some sequins. So I'm going to put on some sequins, and I have some glitter that I'm going to use. So you guys could be fun and creative. You could draw snowflakes in the background. So I think I'm going to put some ribbon on my tree first. I'm going to just be fun and creative, make squiggles. You can make stripes, whatever you guys want. It could be like tinsel on a tree. There we go. So I just made a couple of squiggles. And it doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You guys could do whatever you want. And now I want to put some sequins on my tree. So I'm going to put little dots of glue all over, and then I'm going to add my sequins to my tree. My glue is very messy, so be careful with your glue. Don't get it everywhere. There we go. Miss Carroll likes a lot of color, so I'm going to just put pink and blue. Try not to get glitter all over me. It's very hard. There we go. My hands are so sticky. There we go. I think I want some yellow. Just have fun with it. You could do it with your brothers, your sister, grandmas, mom, dad. Here we go. Okay. And then if you don't have the materials, let's do some drawing with your markers or your crayons. So ornaments are kind of like circles sometimes. So you could just draw on some circles to your tree if you don't have sequins, just to make it a little bit more full. Use different colors if you want. Fill it up. Some purple. Okay. If you have foam stickers at home, like Christmas ones, I have some snowflake ones. You could put them in your background to make it pop more. You could draw on some snowflakes if you want. Just have fun with it. There we go. I think foam stickers are so much fun because they just make everything pop more. Oops, almost done. And then I'm not good with cutting out stars, so I'm gonna draw a star on my paper at the top of my tree. I'm gonna make a big star. See, even Miss Carroll needs to learn how to do some things. Gotta learn how to make some big stars. I'm gonna make a big star. All right, and there is our tree. There you go. My glue is falling all over the place, so please excuse that. But those are our crafts and those were our stories. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a lovely holidays with your family, and I hope you guys stay safe, and I hope to see you soon. All right, thank you. Bye.